Welcome to another edition of the Balance and Believe Golf Academy. We've got a special treat here today. We're launching a new putting lab at Black Hawk Country Club. But first, I want to talk about our crew here. It's kind of the Rat Pack. We got Emmett Herb. He's a decade specialist. If you want to learn how to dissect a golf course, he's your guy. He's dressed in a suit here that Blake's going to get into in a second. Matt Hartman, high school golf extraordinaire. He knows everything about high school golf, what you should be doing, so on and so forth. Great instructor. Michael Higgins, he is our master fitter here at Black Hawk Country Club and also a wonderful teacher and teaches all of our speed clinics. Behind me, the great Blake Jens. Let me give you a little context here on what's going on. So for 20 years, Balance and Believe has been teaching golf. We've had 10 state championships. We've won the state am, the state match play, the state open, the Ray Fisher. Great players come through here, and I've been somebody that always says, you start at the green, you work back to the tee. Well, we finally have something here. If you haven't heard of Sean Toulon, Sean Toulon's one of the most sought-after club designers in the world. At one point, he had the #1 putter on 7 different tours. Think about that for a second. He did that for Odyssey. He invented the Spider. He gave you everything. The guy is incredible. Blake was a student of mine for a long time, and about 2 years ago, he wanted to go in a different direction. He wanted to become the #1 putting coach in the Midwest, so we gave Sean Toulon a call. Sean said, have you heard of this guy, Stephen Sweeney? I don't think either one of us had really heard of him, have we? No offense to Stephen. But this guy teaches Morikawa, Nelly Korda, Lowry, last year's most improved putter on the PGA Tour, if I'm right there. I might butcher his name, Akshay Bhatia. This guy has a putting philosophy, and he has incredible equipment that he blends together to measure things. And if you're new to the golf industry, one thing that everybody's really big on is you gotta measure everything. So, holy shitballs, Blake. We got a lot of stuff here. I see cameras everywhere. We got, 3 different pieces of technology. What are they?
Quintic, ball roll, gears, 3D, and swing catalyst, just your basic.
So let's start with Quintic. The way I understand it, tell me if I'm wrong, it's the only one in Wisconsin, right? And what does it do?
It measures the putter itself, but it most importantly measures the golf ball, how the ball's launching, rolling, spins, how it's interacting with the turf, all that kinds of stuff. So if we're just measuring the putter, we're not getting the full picture because we don't know what the golf ball is doing on the grass.
So that's one piece. Then we got this gears thing. That's this Michael Neff guy. And another partner of ours, Jeff Kaiser, he's got one over at Nevada Bob's. And if you look at this guy here, Emmett Herb, he's in this suit. Let's talk about this suit here and exactly what's going on here.
Yeah. So gears, we obviously have the 3D markers on Emmett and on the golf club. He hits a putt, right? We can measure what the putter's doing through the entire stroke, 3D, and the body. So obviously with putting, we're doing way less than the full swing, really checking alignments, really small movements that we might be missing from just regular video. And then obviously we can see how the club face, grip, shaft, putter's working throughout the entire stroke.
And then there's nothing like this, right? Nobody has the combination of technology, and then there's one more piece to it, right?
In terms of video or
the swing catalyst or whatever?
Yeah, so just video, right, face on, down the line, up above, so that we can show people setup and stroke and stuff like that, just like you would on the range with your phone. But putting wise, at our Sweeney studios, we have some putting information that nobody else can get.
So there's some competition out there, right? Like the Sam Putt Lab, but this thing is outdated. Everything you're doing here, light years past that deal, right?
Yeah. I mean, between Quintic and gears, you're getting the most accurate information for putting that you can get anywhere in the world.
Okay, so there's 4 of these in the country. Am I right on that?
Yep.
Starting to open more, maybe.
Jupiter, Orlando, 4 total. Jupiter, Orlando, Madison, and then South Korea.
And there's a putting philosophy, right, that Sweeney kind of has, and then how you measure some stuff. So why would I come here? Who's coming to this thing? Anybody, everybody? What's the deal?
Everybody. I mean, we can't really teach anybody how to drive it like Rory McIlroy, but you don't need really any physical gifts to be able to make an 8-footer or 5-footer.
So a lot of times you don't think about golf this way, right? But you come to a golf course, usually it's par 72. 36 shots, 36 putts. Where do we spend most of our time? Everybody's on the range all the time, hitting balls, short irons, long irons. I want to drive it farther, all these different things. And yet half of the stuff that you're doing on the golf course is right here, right? No doubt about it. So the Quintic thing, the way that I understand it, tell me if I'm wrong here, it's mainly ball data and how it's going to roll on the green, right? And this is information that you can only get, I mean, there's not a lot of these things.
No,
Right.
not too many, especially not around here.
And so the Badgers come in here. We got a lot of high-level players come in here. We actually teach the people that we talk about too, don't we? Yeah, that's a big thing. So everybody, I want you to know the team at the Balance and Believe Golf Academy is here for you. We teach all levels. This is state-of-the-art right here. Nobody's got anything like this. There is absolutely no other place for you to go. It's downstairs at Blackhawk in the men's locker room. I'm going to keep saying Blackhawk, and this is a special place. You got some of the best instruction in the state, and we now know that the biggest thing that you can learn from putting is right here by Blake Jens. He's a special individual. They call him a senior. What's your title really with Sweeney?
Senior instructor.
I mean, you got to
Getting
get
old.
somewhere, buddy, to get the senior thing there a
old.
little bit. Tell us a little bit about Sweeney's putting philosophy. What are there factual things about putting? Is there, what are some of those things?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, most of the stuff that you're going to do with players, just like in the golf swing, involves setup and grip. And with putting, it's really just getting people in a setup and in a putter, right? Different shapes, alignments, that kind of stuff, where they can see a straight line and be able to aim their putter where they think it's aimed. We definitely hear a lot about how you should get a mirror, get your eyes on top of the target line, get them a little bit behind the ball. But if I get in that setup and I can't see where my putter's aimed, my eyes might be outside the ball, my eyes might be inside the ball, might have to move ball position back, forward, whatever. There's a setup for everybody and a putter where we can tell where it's aimed. So that's kind of key number one. And then evaluating the data, seeing how the putter's moving. And again, just like anything in golf, it's all about tendencies, creating consistency so that when you go outside, even if numbers aren't perfect, if we have consistency and we know what the player's doing to move the putter, we can then take it outside and be able to judge more about what's going to happen on an actual green.
How important is putter fitting? I see all these different putters here. I see a bender over here. I mean, you do everything here?
Yeah, all of it. It's really important. Like I said, number one for aim, just to be able to have a shape, right? If I'm really bad with lines like Emmett, we can get him a putter that has more perpendicular alignment aids for him to aim. And then loft and lie and grip size and length to be able to get into the right setup position. And then all that stuff adds up to how does the player move the putter, and then how does the golf ball roll, right? If we have too much loft, not the right lie angle, we can make perfect putting strokes and have the golf ball doing things that we don't want it to do.
So most of these people is premeditated misery. They got a putter and they got a stroke that's not going in anyways.
That's right.
Okay, Blake's never going to tell you this, but this is super important. Don't sign up for one lesson. That doesn't make any sense. You got to get 4 or 5 or 10 of these things, just like you would with anything else when you're buying lesson packages. Come and see the guy. Come and see all the instructors at Blackhawk. We're going to look forward to seeing you more. We're going to talk about anything under the sun. We're going to talk about clubs, fitness, nutrition, maybe even a Travis Matthew Cloud hoodie and why these things are the best. But we're going to cover everything. And high school kids, we're coming for you. No more standing behind the hole or walking in my line or wearing goofy clothes when you're playing. So, Balance and Believe Golf Academy, we're coming for you. Look forward to seeing you in 2025.